girl to hold in my arms and know the magic of her charms. 'Cause I want a girl to call my own. I want a dream lover so I don't have to dream alone. Dream lover, where are you? With a love oh so true, and the hand that I can hold, feel you near as I grow old. 'Cause I want a girl.
Hi, my name is Melanie and I'm a 6th grader.
Hi, my name's Chastity and I'm also a 6th grader. Today we're going to be doing the Pledge of Allegiance. Place your right hand over your heart, ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. You may now be seated.
Welcome to April 22nd on the National Day calendar. Today is Earth Day, a global celebration of our planet's natural beauty and a call to action to protect our environment. Since its inception in 1970, Earth Day has served as a reminder of the urgent need to reduce pollution, conserve resources, and foster a harmonious relationship with nature. Did you know that the first Earth Day led to the creation of the United States Environmental Protection Agency and the passage of the Clean Air, Clean Water, and Endangered Species Acts? It's a powerful testament to what we can achieve when we come together for the greater good. On this Earth Day, we're encouraged to participate in activities that promote environmental stability, whether it's planting a tree, joining a cleanup effort, or simply reducing your carbon footprint by biking instead of driving. Every action counts. It's a day to reflect on our planet's beauty and resilience and to commit to actions that will ensure its health for future generations. I'm Marlo Anderson with the National Day Calendar. See you again tomorrow as we celebrate every day.
Good morning, Knights. This is Miss Lopez, your assistant principal. And today I want to share some updates with you for Uniting with the Pack. As you know, last Friday we closed Pack Track 5. So this Thursday and Friday, April 23rd and April 24th, we are going to be distributing your Pack Track 5 stickers under the pavilion during both lunches. Now, when you get your sticker, for those of you who qualified for end of the year, you are also going to receive a permission slip. This permission slip needs to be filled out by your parent and your guardian, and you need to bring back the money on for the tickets on Monday, April 27th, all the way to Friday, May 1st. We are going to be selling tickets. ASB is going to be selling tickets during lunchtime in Miss No's ASB classroom. So remember, you want to make sure you bring that permission slip if you qualify. Now, if you did not qualify for end of the year field trips or activities for 6th grade, then you will not be receiving a permission slip. The permission slip will only go out to students who have qualified for end of the year activities. All right, remember to stay united. Remember your attendance counts, so make sure you are here every single day on time. Remember that your behavior also counts, so minimize any interactions in the class that you should not be having with other students. That way you don't get a referral to the office. And then also you want to make sure that your academics are phenomenal. You want to keep up with those grades, continue coming to tutoring, those of you attending tutoring, and remember to stay united with the pack. Peace.
Hola Knights, this is Mrs. Escutia.
What's good, Knights? This is Mr. Hayes. Today we're going to talk about something super important, overcoming negative self-talk.
Negative self-talk are thoughts that make us feel bad about ourselves. For example, thoughts like, I'm not smart enough, or I always mess things up. Even little negative thoughts can sneak in and mess with your mood, your choices, and how much you believe in yourself. So it's important to catch them early.
That's right. Research from youthempowerment.com shows that negative self-talk can make us feel hurt, frustrated, angry, or anxious. It can also lower our self-esteem over time. But the good news is you can do something about it.
Let's go over some ways to challenge negative self-talk. Step number 1, become aware of your thoughts. The first thing to do is pay attention to what's going on in your head. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me or is it holding me back? For example, if you catch yourself thinking, I can't do this, just pause and notice that. Recognizing your thoughts is the first steps to changing them.
Step number 2, challenge negative thoughts. Try to challenge any hurtful or negative thoughts. Ask yourselves, is this thought really true? Is there another way to look at this situation? For example, instead of thinking, I'm terrible at math, try thinking, I'm not good at this yet, but I can get better with practice. The one word yet makes a huge difference.
Step number 3, be kind to yourself. Treat yourself like you would treat a good friend. We can be really hard on ourselves sometimes, but imagine what you'd say to a friend who's having a tough time. And then say those kind words to yourself. You deserve encouragement too.
Step number 4, talk it out. Talking to someone you trust can really help. This could be a parent, teacher, school counselor, or friend. Saying your thoughts out loud can make them feel less overwhelming and easier to manage. Remember, you don't have to deal with them on your own.
Step number 5, when negative thoughts pop up, it can help to focus on what you're grateful for. For example, ask yourself, what went well today? Who made me smile? What am I proud of? Even small things count.
Let's try a little exercise together. Close your eyes and think about a negative thought you had recently. Now imagine turning that thought into something positive or helpful. For example, if you thought, I'm not good at sports, you can change it to, I'm learning and I can improve with practice.
With a little practice, your brain can start thinking in a more helpful and positive way. Now we're going to watch a short video called Your Brain is Wired for Negative Thoughts. Here's how to change it.
Okay, so you got a new sweater. It looks great and you're getting tons of compliments. But then, just one person says something snarky about it. And even though you got all that praise, you can't help but stew over the negative comment. Why is that? Why does our mind seem to dwell on the negative?
A lot of my research focuses on how people tend to get stuck in particular ways of thinking and what enables them to get unstuck.
Allison Ledgerwood is a psychology professor at UC Davis.
I get to study how humans think and how we could maybe think better.
We all know the expression about seeing a glass as half full or half empty. It isn't just what you see, but how you see it. And the way you describe that glass to people can really change how they feel about it. Allison wanted to know what happens when you try to switch your way of thinking from the positive frame to the negative frame, or vice versa. Her research team brought 2 groups of people into the lab and told them about a new surgical procedure. Group 1 was told that the procedure has a 70% success rate. For Group 2, they framed it as a 30% failure rate.
It's the same exact procedure, and they're giving you the exact same information, but one doctor is focusing on the part of the glass that's full, and the other doctor is focusing on the part of the glass that's empty.
So, no surprise, people like the procedure when it's described in positive terms, and they don't like it when you focus on the failure rate. But then, the researchers pointed out to the first group that you could also think of the procedure as failing 30% of the time. Suddenly, people didn't like it anymore. And when they tried a similar thing with Group 2, pointing out that the procedure had a 70% success rate, people didn't change their mind.
And over again in studies like that, we find that people seem to get stuck in the negative way of thinking about it. And it's hard for them to flip and focus on the positive.
So once you frame something negatively, it really sticks.
It makes sense from an evolutionary or functional perspective that our minds are built to look for negative information in the environment and to hold on to it once we find it.
Imagine your prehistoric ancestors. You don't want to forget that there might be a predator lurking around.
In many situations, we want our minds to be grabbed by the negative information so that we can fix problems when they're there.
But then, there are other situations where we want to get over some small imperfection or a bit of bad news when it's not helpful to fixate on the negative. What do we do then?
What I really take away from this research for my own life is that it's difficult to see the upside and that it takes work, literally, that we have to put effort into looking at the bright side of things, that we can't assume that our mind is just going to do that automatically, and that it's very easy to just keep tilting back towards the negatives.
And this is something you can counteract with practice, like spending a few minutes each day thinking about the things you're grateful for. Doing this regularly can help it become a habit. And it turns out that this negative bias can change over time. Remember when you were younger and any bad experience felt like the end of the world?
So this kind of pervasive negativity bias starts to diminish. And so in our research, we find that the stickiness of a negative frame seems to disappear entirely by the time people are in their 70s. And they seem to flow back and forth between negatives and positives much more easily.
So maybe that's something we can all be grateful for, that there are actually some good things about getting older.
Now let's take a few minutes to reflect on the following questions. What are 3 ways I can challenge my negative thoughts this week? You can write them down, draw them, or even tell a friend or family member. Sharing your plan can help you stick to it.
Remember, Knights, changing negative self-talk doesn't happen overnight. Be patient with yourself. Every small step counts.
Got it. That's what's good, teachers. Please remember to share the SEL survey link with your students. Have a great day. Peace.